Chapter 9, Net Promoter or Net Promoter Score. Walt Disney said, "Do what you do so well that people can't resist telling others about you." Net Promoter Score is a tool that can be used to gauge the loyalty of a firm's customers. In my opinion, it is better than the traditional customer satisfaction score or CSAT score research and can establish a correlation with the revenue growth. NPS, as it is said, has been widely adopted by more than 2/3 of the Fortune 1000 companies using a very simple metric. Net Promoter Score is a customer loyalty metric developed by, and of course is a registered trademark of Fred Reichheld of Bain & Company and SIT Metrics. It was introduced by Reichheld in his 2003 Harvard Business Review article, "One Number You Need to Grow." NPS could be as low as -100, which means everybody's a detractor, or as high as +100, which means everybody's a promoter. An NPS that is positive, that is higher than the 0, is felt to be good, and an NPS of 50 plus is excellent. NPS measures the loyalty that exists between a provider and a consumer. The provider can be a company, employer, or any other entity. The provider is the entity that is asking the question on the NPS survey. The consumer is the customer, employee, or respondent to an NPS survey. The NPS or the Net Promoter Score is calculated based on responses to a single question. How likely is it that you would recommend our company or product or service to a friend or a colleague? The scoring for this answer is most often based on a 0 to 10 scale. Those who respond with a score of 9 to 10 are called promoters and are considered likely to exhibit value-creating behaviors such as buying more, remaining customers for a long time, making more positive referrals to the other potential customers, and providing feedback for better customer experience. Those who respond with a score of 0 to 6 are labeled as detractors, and they are believed to be less likely to exhibit the value-creating behaviors. May bring the employee morale down and would do negative word-of-mouth publicity. Responses of 7 and 8 are labeled passive satisfiers, and their behavior falls in the middle of promoters and detractors. The Net Promoter Score is calculated by subtracting the percentage of customers who are detractors from the percentage of customers who are promoters. Companies are encouraged to follow the likelihood to recommend questions with an open-ended request for elaboration, soliciting the reason for the customer's rating of the company or the product. These reasons can then be provided to frontline employees and management teams for follow-up action. The primary purpose of Net Promoter Score methodology is to evaluate customer loyalty to a brand or an organization or a company. The ability to measure customer loyalty is more effective methodology to determine the likelihood that the customers will buy again, will talk up to the company, and resist market pressures to defect to a competitor. Net Promoter Score system also requires a process to close the loop. And closing the loop is a process by which the provider actively intervenes to learn more from the customers who have provided feedback and also to change a negative perception, often converting a detractor into a promoter. And to do this, the survey respondent cannot be anonymous, something that can have a negative impact on the willingness to take the survey or to give low grades. The Net Promoter Score survey will identify customers who need some follow-up, including detractors, and should automatically alert the provider to contact the consumer and manage the follow-up and actions from that point. NPS is widely accepted and is adopted by several companies including Apple, Siemens, GE, American Express, Mahindra Group, Tata's, ASK Group, and many more. We at Sequel conduct this exercise annually and have found that our score is ranging between 65 to 72 in the last 3 years exercise. NPS can be used to measure, evaluate, and manage employee loyalty as well. We can collect the feedback from the employees in a manner similar to Net Promoter Score feedback, and it can provide feedback whether they are recommended or not.